Do you wish you were one of the early adopters of Instagram or TikTok? Do you feel late to the party every time a new app takes off? If so, you're in the right place. I'm going to give my review of the Clapper app and let you know if it is better than TikTok. Please stick around until the end of the video because I'm going to share one bonus tip to help you maximize your Clapper experience. If you're first time here, my name is Robbin Marks. I'm super hyped to just connect with you. I am the TikTok coach for grownups, and I specialize in helping adult users get their TikTok accounts to 10K and beyond. You can find me on Instagram, Twitter, Clubhouse, and TikTok at Robbin Marks. If you can hear the sound of my voice, this message is for you. Listen up close. You're going to want to hear this true story. So I've been on a content repurposing mission. Like my mission has been repurposing my content on social media, like really trying to, streamline my process to hopefully make things a lot easier for myself, but also, just making sure that I have a good time while I'm doing it. So what happened for me is I was researching different applications that I could use to kind of, share my TikTok content. So I've really been locked in on TikTok as most of you know. So I've been using that kind of as my foundation for my content creation. So with that said, I ended up really focusing on what I knew, which is Instagram Reels, stories, the usual suspects when it comes to repurposing content. But in the process, I kind of went down the rabbit hole of finding different applications that have very similar layouts to TikTok, specifically that vertical video format, and most importantly, short form content, and I was just kind of digging and looking, and I found my groove. I started creating a system that I'm actually going to release out to all of my coaching clients on May 31st, when I launched the next cohort of my group coaching group, and also for my one-on-one coaching clients. I'm going to roll this out, which is just a really in-depth breakdown of the different places that your TikTok content will work well on. So I really was finding my groove, and then I stumbled upon Clapper. And when I tell you, when I stumbled upon Clapper, at first, it was like I was looking at everything else that had that similar TikTok feel, that vertical video vibe. It gave me like, kind of a voicey vibe, Snapchat, anything that you record a video on your phone and there's a button in the middle to record. It reminded me of Reels at first glance. However, after I kind of like did some digging and looked around, it was a lot more fascinating. And honestly, I'm kind of late to the party with Clapper. It's been around since July of 2020. But I would say in the short time that I've been on the platform, I found out about major advantages that it has compared to a platform like TikTok. And also the organic reach is mind-blowing. So I wanted to just kind of let you know how this all came about, and to just give you a heads up, I'm also live streaming on Clapper right now. Let me adjust my camera a little bit. So this is my first live stream on Clapper to just kind of see what kind of stirring of the pot we can do on the algorithm there. So I'm going to go ahead and just check in, make sure we're all good. Great. So the question of the night is, Clapper better than TikTok? Is Clapper better than TikTok? That's the question. So I thought about how I was going to lay this out for you today. And I really figured the best way to do it would be from like a pros and cons perspective, to give you like, all of the things that really spoke to me, the things that I really enjoyed, and also the things that I believe would be beneficial to you as a content creator, as a rapper, singer, producer. If you're a business owner, if you have a brick and mortar business or an online business, just could it work for you? Because it's a lot to unpack. So I broke it down in terms of pros and cons. We'll go through each one. We'll start with the pros, and then I'll share the cons or what I believe to be the cons of the platform. So why don't we jump on in? So Clapper. First of all, let me just give you a little breakdown of what Clapper is. Clapper is pretty much a clone of TikTok in a way. However, they have some very unique features that are not available on TikTok. So the first thing that I would say that's a pro is the fact that it's very familiar. It's not going to feel like you're going into an application that you don't know, you don't understand, or at least in terms of face value. Now, how the algorithm works and how they pump people to their For You page, they call it the For You page as well. I'm not sure yet. I'm still trying to figure that out and understand how that works. But I would say that the organic reach is pretty good. I started my account, just recently, and I've already seen some reasonable growth in those couple of days. So the first thing I would say is that the pro is it's familiar ground. You're going to feel like you're walking in a park that you've been to before. The next thing that's a positive is for now, there are no ads, which is really cool. There are no advertisements. So it's really focused on allowing creators to be themselves and show their life. And it's really, I know there are no ads now, but that's a huge advantage. I like that, right now there are no ads because A, it says it's new, and B, let's see how long that'll last, and we'll just pay attention and see if it becomes an ad-free platform. I doubt it. Most of the social media platforms out there have to, generate revenue somehow. So we'll see what that looks like for them. And here's a big one. This is the next pro. There's a feature called Clapper Fam, which is a monetization feature that allows creators to capitalize on their super fans by asking people to pay to view, which is huge. I know there are other applications out there, like OnlyFans is very similar to that. But I think for this kind of a community, it's a really nice feature. And there is no, you could compare it to the Creator Fund, but I think the fact that people are paying to get access is very unique to this platform. Another pro, it is a equal opportunity algorithm. It appears that people have the opportunity to get the exposure that they want or they crave, and it's kind of a level playing field, which is very similar to TikTok, in my opinion. I believe that the organic reach for TikTok is very similar. Another pro, they encourage free speech. Now, we'll talk about that in depth when we go into some of the cons, but I would say that that's huge. Many of my coaching clients, people who are in my group coaching program, for example, are struggling with getting hit with community guidelines. I had one of my students text me today. She posted a video. Let me get a sip of this tea. So she posted a video. It ballooned in 2 hours. It got 10,000 views. It was growing really fast. She got hit with a community guidelines violation because in the video, there was a little bit of violence, like some people were play fighting. But the original video that she duetted or she stitched, there was no violation for the original creator. So it's weird sometimes. And I know a lot of people get frustrated. And I would even take it a step further and say that many of the creators on Clapper came from Instagram, either because they felt like their voice was being suppressed or because they got booted off of Instagram. Like they lost their account, they got permanently banned. So they, continued their short form content creation journey on the Clapper application. So that's the next, that's the last one. They encourage free speech. These are a couple of bonuses that directly connect with TikTok. So first off, you can live stream, like I'm live streaming right now, and I don't have 1,000 followers yet on Clapper. You don't need to have 1,000 followers to live stream, which I think is huge because a lot of the creators on TikTok are fighting to get to that 1K mark just so they can live stream, and it's really cool that you come onto the app and it's like, all right, all of the features are available to you. You don't need to earn your way up to it. You just kind of get it. I like that idea because it's, it gives people the opportunity to test everything out and it doesn't show preference to anyone. So I love that. Another thing is you can put a shareable link in your bio, which is huge. And that's before 1K. So you can put the shareable link in your bio before you hit 1K, which is very different than TikTok. You have to, like, again, on TikTok, claw your way to 1K before you can get access to that feature. And also, you can share links to your Instagram, your Facebook, your TikTok, your YouTube, pretty much any social media platform. They have the icons for them and everything. So it's really cool that they're able to host users of other applications and welcome them and give them that opportunity to bring people over to those platforms, which I think is super cool. And here is one of the biggest ones. I didn't want to jump right into this one, but this one is huge. Another pro on Clapper. It's an adult only application. It's an adult. Hey, Alex, thank you so much for tuning in. It's my first live stream. I'm just here doing my YouTube, Facebook Live, and Twitch live stream. Thank you for the gift. Oh, that's so sweet. Please stick around and please share. If you can, just share with a couple friends. I appreciate you, Alex. So huge pro is that Clapper is only available to adults, which is one of the biggest cons of that I hear from people about TikTok, is that they go to TikTok and it's just like they're running around in the daggone playground because it's so many young people there. Now, for me, I believe that TikTok does a great job of allowing hey, Kwai, I see Kwai in the chat there. Kwai, thank you so much. Kwai, please share this with a couple people and let me know if you have any questions. And Alex, if you have any points you want to make or any questions, please put them down there and I'll gladly share them with the group here, with the live stream here. So yeah, no kids allowed, which is crazy. You know, TikTok started with the young people, and I think they've done a good job. Like I was saying, they did a good job of creating community guidelines and monitoring the community guidelines to make sure that the adults and the children can coexist in the same space safely. And I know it's got to be a lot of hard work for their AI and for their, their developers, but I would say that they manage it pretty well on TikTok. Here, it's kind of a relief that I don't have to worry about like kids, seeing and hearing all of my content. And not to say that any of my content is not appropriate for children, but it's nice to know, like, I'm speaking to adults. My ideal customers, my ideal clients are adults. It's really nice to know that this audience is strictly for the adults. And here is one thing that's really cool, Alex and Kwai and everybody else out there, whether you're here live with us or if you are watching the replay. What up? That's my brother, Finestro. Man, I love you, bro. I'm so happy to see you here, man. I'm with you. I'm so happy to just see you here. And please let me know, Finestro, if you have any questions. Yo, when I got on the app to verify if I was an adult, they did like a full face scan. It was straight Minority Report Tom Cruise. It was so crazy. It was so crazy. They did like a straight up face scan and identified that I was an adult, in his 30s, which is crazy. But honestly, I'm in my 40s. Alex says she's from Seattle. That's what's up. Alex, please share this with a few people. This is my first live. I'm super excited about it. Yes. So pro is no kids, which is kind of crazy that there's an app very similar to TikTok only for adults. Now, another pro is that there's more freedom of expression in terms of their community guidelines. So from what I'm hearing and seeing, you're not going to get hit with a lot of community guideline violations. You're going to kind of have your freedom to be you, be yourself, be free to create without any limitations, as long as there's no nudity, no excessive, violence, things of that nature. They pretty much let you rock. And I think that that's really awesome to allow people to just be themselves. Now, here's where it gets very, very interesting. I got to have some tea for this one. Alex, I have to have some tea for this one. Finestro, Kwai, I got to have some tea for this one. This is where it gets very interesting. This is where it separates itself from TikTok. It's almost like TikTok and Clubhouse had a baby or adopted a baby. On Clapper, there is a function that allows you to create groups. And the groups kind of remind me a little bit of Clubhouse creating clubs, where you can create a group and then invite people there. I believe some users on TikTok have a function like that. They might be rolling something out. I'm not sure yet. I don't have that function yet, but I believe it's coming, and they may be testing it with some bigger accounts. But that's huge. And here's where it gets really Clubhousey. They also have a radio function, which essentially gives you the opportunity to broadcast an audio signal, an audio message, an audio stream out to people, and then they jump in and they listen as they go, which is crazy. I haven't tried it yet, but that's really crazy. And it really reminds me, it gives me that Clubhouse feel if they have an audio aspect. So it's almost like they took a little piece of the Clubhouse, threw it together with TikTok, and made something very interesting. So those are my pros. Those are all of my pros of Clapper. Now let's get into the cons. Here's some of the cons. It's a politically driven platform. Many say that it's a politically driven platform. And you guys know I keep it 100% real with you. I've been on the platform for just a short period of time, and I have yet to see any really questionable political posts or videos. Real quick before I go into that, let me see what kind of questions I have here. So Finestro says it's like Discord on steroids. You're saying Clapper is like Discord on steroids? Finestro says Discord, TikTok, Clubhouse on steroids. It's a massive love affair. Qua says right. Oh, Alex said I'll share this. Be right back. Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Okay, so yeah, one of the cons to me is that people say it's a politically driven platform. Specifically for, now get ready for this, specifically for right-wing Republicans. Right-wing. Some would even say that Twitter is to Parler like TikTok is to Clapper. Let me repeat that again. Twitter is to Parler as TikTok is to Clapper, meaning that it is almost like the far right version of TikTok. In my experience, keeping it 100% honest with you guys, I have not seen anything like that yet. And also, I see a bunch of people who are creating content like me. I see a bunch of people who look like me, talk like me. And I've also connected with some people who don't look like me and are very loving, very kind. And I've had nothing but a good experience thus far. So I would say I haven't seen it yet, but I have done my research, and I've seen a few YouTube videos with some compilations of some people from that political agenda expressing their opinions openly, which is cool if you want to do it, as long as it's not crazy racist or there's no hate involved. I believe people should have the ability to express themselves. Like, you stay over there on TikTok. There are people on TikTok who express themselves like that. And we don't say, well, I'm not going on TikTok because of those people. We just coexist. We respectfully or disrespectfully coexist. I have friends of mine who will not interact or connect or move with people who support that agenda. Where for me, like, I literally have family members who support that agenda. It might not be my cup of tea, you know what I'm saying? But I still love them nonetheless. So I would say, if the fact that it is said that it's a politically driven platform is something that scares you off, I would encourage you to push through that barrier. I would encourage you to push through that barrier and test the waters, because you would hate to miss out on an opportunity on something that's really special at the beginning stages of it. It's only been around since July of 2020. So don't miss out. Another thing is they have a function which is very similar to duets. It's called clap back. And I think it's created where if people have opposing views, the other person could respond, which for me, if you're having healthy dialogue, I think that's good. We should be able to have healthy exchanges about our differences and not have hateful, spew hate at each other or have a hateful disposition. So for me, I would strongly recommend at least trying it. Don't let that scare you off. Another con, which is more of a technical con, is when you upload the video, sometimes it feels like there's a slow load. It's kind of a laggy load. And maybe that's just my experience, or maybe they're new and they're trying to work out the bandwidth, things of that nature. The size of the server, I'm sure it's a huge platform. So I would say, like, sometimes when I'm loading a video, I load a video and I'll be like, all right, like, what's going on? Like, it's still loading. But, I guess that comes with the turf sometimes. Another thing that I think is a con for TikTok users specifically, this might not be this is another technical con. It's not something that is like, it's a deal breaker, but it's not effects based. On TikTok, there's so many effects, like effects drive a lot of the content. Here, it's not about effects. They want, and I watched a video on it from the creators, or the people who do the developers of the program, of the application, and they say that they encourage people to just stay away from trends and effects. Like, this platform is not for that. So they want you to be a little more real, I guess, like not putting a filter over your face that makes you look like a unicorn, but like be your true, authentic self, which I think is kind of cool. So that's a con for TikTok users. That would likely be a con, that there aren't, serious effects. And then the last con that I want to share with you tonight is that they don't allow any watermarked content. So I know on Instagram, for example, they discourage you from using watermarked content and say that they won't put it on the Explore page. On this platform, they are very clear at the beginning and tell you, don't post it. We don't want watermark content. And I've heard from other creators on the platform that if you use watermarked content, your video will be taken down. Take a sip of tea. So again, let me recap the cons. Many say it's a politically driven app, and that could turn away some of the, your ideal customers, clients, or fans. There's a slow upload sometimes. There are no real effects, so TikTok users might not like that. And then last but not least, watermark content is not tolerated. They might even take down your videos. So I promised you a bonus tip. Make sure before you post a video, I made this mistake. I was like, oh, new apps like TikTok. Oh, let me post something. Let me post a TikTok video. No. My advice to you, this is the bonus tip. Make sure before you upload a video, you watch the Clapper 101 video that they're going to prompt you, on that when you first sign up, and then watch the Clapper 102 video before you post. I wish I would have done that before I posted my first video. But hey, you got to learn, and I'd rather learn and make the mistake than have you make the same mistake. So with that being said, I'm going to just check the chat. Kwai says, United we stand. Kwai says, right. And then Alex says she will share this. Okay, so I think that wraps things up for me. I just want to make sure that I get you guys my information. There we go. So we're approaching the end of this episode. So I want to just let you know you're a one-of-a-kind creation with the ability to shape lives with your unique gifts. I want to thank you for listening. Don't forget to tune in every Thursday at 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Twitch, Facebook Live, and YouTube. If you're watching this on YouTube and this brought you any value, please do me a big favor and subscribe to the channel. And if you have time, hit the bell, the thumbs up, drop a comment, all that good stuff. I always respond to every comment, by the way. And I'd greatly appreciate it nonetheless. Last thing, please shoot me a text if you have any questions about Clapper or TikTok. And bigger than that, any short form content. If you have any questions about short form content, specifically TikTok, If you need advice, encouragement, or a prayer, please shoot me a text. Thank you so much for tuning in. Talk to you soon.